Then race 4, the 1400 metre class 4, you're saddling stablemates Cheeky Laddie and Rosh Kadesh. Both of them have just had comeback runs. How are they doing at the moment?
Beautiful draws. I almost choked when I saw the two draws, you know. That's a policy in the Cape for the last couple of years, you know, the draw after acceptance. Rubber the green, but not in our favour. Doing well. Sometimes you run horses from bad draws for the sake of running him. All good horsemen will know you're just putting extra mileage on those legs. Got to try and pick your races and run him with everything in your favour, but that's unfortunately, those are the terms and the conditions. I'm not happy about those draws, but a horse like Rosh Kadesh, you know, he's ready to win his next race. Very difficult from that draw. You need a hell of a lot of luck, which we discussed last week. And Cheeky Lad, he ran a great race the other day at Durban, but he hadn't run for quite some time. Now I've got to run him from that draw, and it just hopefully it works out. But it's not going to be easy. But they're getting back to that. Both horses are doing well. But I've spoken to the owners about it, and you just need a lot of luck from there.
Then race 6, the 1950 metre Cape Sea Stakes. You're saddling Continental Express. Got the 8 draw, Craig Zaki on board, and 61.5 to shoulder. Was gelded in July and has had a nice comeback run in October, so should be a bit fitter here.
Yeah, I think he'll be a lot fitter. Last run was his first run back after being gelded. Brought him back from Durban. You know, he's also, I think, he's going to go 2,000 metres plus 2.4. He had some solid form over 2.4 Scottsville. Gelded him. He lightened up quite a bit. We took our time, gave him a run the other day, short of his best, but he was finishing it off, and he's going to be a lot more comfortable over this trip. So carrying a bit of weight, but you can never leave him out of the exotics.
Then race 7, the Group 3 Cape Mile. You're sending out the wonderful Gimme Prince. Did have his comeback in the Matcham Stakes in September, and you're bumping up to the mile here. Do you think he'll enjoy the extra?
I've always believed that he'll get 1,600 metres. I mean, he's probably, you know, if you look at his rating, one of the best horses in the country. No, he's not the best sprint in the country, but look at his rating, and he's proven that. But I ran him. Correction, I think I mentioned someone the other day. I said he's only had 3 runs, but he's won twice over 1,400, and Kannemeyer won on him. And I think it was on the Poly. He won a 1,400. Then I've run him on the grass over 1,400, and he's run great races, finishing his races off very strongly. And if you look at the mother, she was a 12, 14, but there was quite a lot of stamina on the female line. So I do believe you'll get the 1,600 metre trip. Of course, the race will tell. Because I'm trying to set him up for the King's Plate, but I did say to management, and I said to Kaya Stables, you know, this is the ideal race, perfect race for me to find out if he's going to get a mile or not. Mm-hmm. Because if he doesn't get the mile, I'd like to have a better draw, and it's a small field. I'm drawn right on the outside. But so do I go for the King's Plate, or do I scrap and stick to the speed races? And also at 130 become very limited with races. But he's a super racehorse. And I would say one of the better sprinters that I've ever trained. And he's had a lot of issues. Fortunately, the owners, Guy Stables, have been very patient with him, allowed me to get on the job and as much time as he needs in between. So, yeah, his vet bills have been pretty good. Quite a few kids from private school, those vet bills, But you know, when you're working in champion racehorses, in my opinion, or champion sprinters, you've got to give them all the love and attention. All horses need a lot of love and attention. But he's a beautiful horse and really a good horse. And but tomorrow will tell us, you know, if he gets the trip or not. Also needs a lot of luck on that draw. And also with him, every day you wake up, take him at the box and see what he's like. But his run the other day was a very good run over 1,400 metres because he was far from ready. He sort of had to catch up. And that's his second run back after a year. But those good horses, there's never second runs that have good horses. So we're looking forward to it, and it'll tell us exactly where we're going for the summer season. And of course, you'll be at work very early on Sunday morning to see what it's all about. So I'm quite excited watching this horse run on Saturday.
It'll be lovely to have him back. Then you're closing off the day in race 10, the 1200 metre maiden plate for fillies and mares. 3 here, back at the George, Lily Bomb and Gimme Everything.
Back at the George. Yeah, she last time we were disappointed because the track was running fast and it was firm, and she was there, and suddenly, she dug her toes in that last bit, and she started shortening the stride, should I say. A little bit shaken up afterwards, but she's fine now. Craig has mentioned to me on numerous occasions, I think this filly wants around 14-16, but I thought I'll give her one more run up the straight, and then we'll decide if I'll put over 14-16. But then they say, you're going 1200, you think she's going to stay on, don't run a 1400 because that's like a sprint. But nevertheless, I'll see. But she's doing well. And if you look at some of her runs, have been good runs, and so she's not out of it, but she's doing well. And then we've got Lily Bomb, first timer, by Lancaster Bomber. We've sat a long time on a big, tall, rangy filly. I have no doubt that she's going to go 2,000 metres. Got to watch her temperament, otherwise it'll run her first time out over 1,800 metres, would have had no problem. Maybe more access to grass, I would have done it, run her first time. Because I've never been afraid to run a horse's first time out over ground, as long as you can get it into their legs and the mileage back home. But I'll start off over 1,200 metres and we'll take it from there. But big, tall, rangy filly. And Give Me Everything, just very green last time, completely lost. I did expect to run a bit better. I did say to Susan Fastfontaine Stud that she's quite a nice filly. Also will end up going a mile, that Dynasty mare. But I think she'll improve tremendously on that run. I was just kept it ticking over. She was just lost, completely lost the other day at Kenilworth. But she's in good shape and came through that run well.